Hi, it's Heather, and welcome to today's Creative Flow for Flexibility. So today's class is an intermediate class, so please feel free to adjust your practice as needed. If you prefer to practice with props, you can grab 2 blocks, but not needed. You can do without. And before we get straight into our flow, please make sure to click the subscribe button for new free yoga classes here on this channel every week. All right. Let's get started in mountain pose, standing at the top of our mat, nice and tall, head over heart, heart over hips. Hands come palm face out to the front of you. And let's just take one deep breath together. In through the nose, breathe in fully, and sigh it out. Little bend in the knees. Inhale, send the hands down, around, and up. Palms come to touch, and then face the palms out. Exhale, hands come behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Open up your chest towards the sky. And then place a generous bend in the knees and slowly fold over. Coming all the way down. Keep those hands interlaced. You can even put a micro bend in your elbows. And then when you're ready, slowly begin to straighten through both legs. Uninterlace. Float the hands to the floor. Plant them shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide, step 1 foot back, and then the other to come to plank. Starting off with a strong core, plank position, press away from the ground, and then when you're ready, lower to one forearm, and then the other. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. And then slowly walk those feet in and press your chest towards your thighs. Press it back, coming to dolphin. Couple deep breaths here. And then take a micro step back, just a little bit. Lower the knees down. Uncurl the toes, come to child's pose. Forehead comes to the mat. Inhale, lift up, roll up all the way forward onto your chest. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Inhale, chest lifts for cobra. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, lift up the chest, legs are still engaged. Go a little bit higher than you previously did. And then float it down. Curl those back toes under. Gently press yourself up. All the way, lift up the knees, lift up the hips for downward facing dog. You can walk it out a little bit if you want to. In the first down dog, sending one heel to the mat and then the other. And just switching. And then find a moment of stillness. Both heels root down to the floor. Feet come together. Inhale. Lift up the right leg. Point the toes, bend the knee, open the hip. But keep those shoulders square towards the front of the mat. Inhale. And then exhale, bring that knee forward all the way to come to the outside. Step it to the outside of your right hand. Nice and wide, coming to lizard pose. So take your time here. We want to enjoy all the benefits of lizard today. Just starting to open up the hips. And if you want to drop the knee and uncurl the toes, go for it. And then plant this left palm down. Inhale, right hand to the sky. and then back. Lift up the back foot. Try to grab a hold of that foot with your right hand. One more inhale just to open up the shoulder. Look up. And then exhale, squeeze that foot in towards the hips. As much as is comfortable for you. And then gently release. Come back forward. Bring the hand forward. Curl the back toes under. Heel toe this front foot into the center, coming to a low lunge. And then just lift up the back knee. Come to the inside, pivot on the back foot, inside of the back foot. And then shift back to come all the way to side lunge. Open up the arms. Nice and wide. And if you find yourself fall back, that's okay. Just get back up. Exhale to come down. Use your fingertips to guide both of your feet to face the back of your mat so that you end up in a runner's lunge facing the back. Inhale. High lunge. Hands come up. Relax the shoulders. Energy in the back leg. Exhale, hands come to prayer at the heart, and then twist to bring your right elbow to your left knee. Look to your left. Don't lose that energy in the back leg. Bring this left hand up to the sky, and then just open up both arms, lift up the torso to the left. Left hand comes to your back, shift the torso forward, right hand comes up and over, reverse. And then exhale to float this right hand down, float the left hand down, and just little kick, come up to standing splits. So head folds down, torso folds down, point the leg to reach it up towards the sky. You got it. And then this is an interesting one. So bend the knee, keep the toes pointed, bring it into the chest as you're standing in this little halfway lift, and see if you could just shift your whole right leg forward and slowly sit onto your butt. Inhale, both hands come up. Exhale, right elbow to left knee, left fingertips behind you, look back. Inhale, both hands come up. And then exhale, right fingertips or right palm plants behind you. Lift up the hips, you got it. 2, wild thing. Chest opens towards the sky. Bring the knee up, left knee up, up, up. Lift up that foot and see how slowly you can step it to the front, coming into that runner's lunge, now facing the front. Drop the back knee. Inhale, hands come up, low lunge. Anjaneyasana, just a fancy word for low lunge. Or not fancy, it's Sanskrit. Exhale, hands come down. Shift the hips back. Straighten through the front leg, flex the front foot. Try to keep the hips as square as possible to the front of the mat. So hips like headlights. And if you want to fold, fold. Inhale to come back up. And if splits is in your practice, then slowly slide into your splits. If it's not, please stay in this half split. So sliding forward, this is a spot for those blocks if you do have them on either side of you. Using the different heights to adjust. And I always find that flexing the front foot just gives me a little bit of a deeper stretch rather than pointing, but whatever you're feeling today. And then press into the ground, lift back up to that half split, and then shift it forward back into the low lunge, curl the back toes under, lift up the back knee, give it a little rock, and step it up to the top of your mat. Feet hips distance. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to shins, spine parallel to the ceiling. Exhale, fold it down. Little bend in the knees. Inhale, fingertips come all the way down, around and up to the sky. Stand up, palms come to touch, and exhale, hands come to heart. Great job. Let's do that whole thing one more time on the other side. Inhale, little bend in the knees. Sweep the hands down, around and up. Palms touch, and then face outwards. Sweep them behind your back, interlace your fingers. See if you can interlace the opposite finger this time. So the opposite one on top. Roll the shoulders back, lift up the chest, maybe look up, bend in the knees, and then slowly fold it over, all the way down. From here, let's add in one little thing. If you want to straighten through your left leg, keep your right knee bent, and see if you can snuggle your right shoulder to the inside of that knee for a mini twist. And then let's just switch. So straighten through the right leg, bend the left knee. If this doesn't work for you, that's okay, just keep the knees bent. And snuggle that left shoulder into the left knee. Great. Straighten through the legs, uninterlace, drop the hands, plant the palms, shoulder width apart, step one foot back, and then the other to come to plank. Nice and strong, lower down, keeping the hips as stable as you can to forearm plank. And then slowly walk the feet in, lift up the hips to come to dolphin. Shift that chest back so that it points towards the thighs. If this is too much for you, you can definitely bend through the knees, just like you can in down dog. But the goal here is to really open up through the shoulders. Then take a micro step back, drop the knees, uncurl the toes, coming back to child's pose. I feel like that rhymed. And then inhale, roll it up, send the chest down, belly down, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale. Lift up to cobra. Exhale, fold it down. One more. Inhale, cobra. Use that back strength, lift a little bit higher. And then exhale, fold it down. Curl the back toes under. Press yourself up all the way to downward facing dog, lifting the knees, lifting the hips. Finding your down dog, arms active. Again, pressing that chest back, ears in line with biceps, feet come together. Inhale, lift up the left leg, point the toes, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, squeeze that knee forward, shift forward. Take that foot to the outside of the left hand. Coming up to active lizard first. So before we just drop down into our lizard, let's squeeze those inner thighs together just to find some strength first. And then drop the knee, uncurl the toes, and melt the hips down. plant the right palm. Inhale, lift up the left leg, or left arm, not leg, that would be weird. Send it back. Lift up the back foot, point the toes, grab a hold of it. Open up the chest, inhale towards the sky. Kick that foot back even into the hand first. And then exhale to squeeze it in. Heel to hips. And then gently release. Send this hand forward all the way to the front. Curl the back toes under. Lift up the back knee, heel toe. This left foot into center. Pivot on the back foot and then shift it all the way back to side lunge on the other side. Open up the arms to the sky. So right fingertips to the floor, left hand comes up, and then exhale to bring it down. Use your fingertips to guide you to a runner's lunge. So coming onto the ball mound of that back foot, facing the back of the mat. Inhale, high lunge, arms come up, and then exhale, hands come to prayer at the heart, and then twist to the right. Left elbow to right knee. Don't forget that energy in the back leg. And then lift up the right hand. And then the left to open up wide to the right side. Right hand comes to your back. Torso faces forward or towards the back of the mat. Inhale, lift that left hand up above, and then bring both hands down. Give it a little rock, and then kick up that back leg to standing splits. You got it. Bring that knee into the chest, squeeze it in as best you can, and then slowly shift that left leg all the way forward. Toes point towards the ceiling. Inhale, both hands come up. Exhale, left elbow to right knee, right fingertips behind you, look back. And both hands come up again. Inhale, spine is long. Send this left hand back, plant it strong, and lift up the hips for wild thing. When you're ready, right knee lifts up into the air and slowly step it to the top of your mat. If you end up a little bit off your mat today, that's okay. Just keep flowing. And then you can adjust yourself when we get into some of the slower stretches, parts of the flow. Drop the back knee, lift up both hands. Inhale for low lunge. And then exhale, hands float down. Shift the hips back, straighten through the front leg. Toes point up towards the ceiling. Keeping those hips square, and then use an exhale to fold. Inhale, come back up, and then if you practice splits on the other side, you can slide slowly into your splits to wherever is a comfortable height for you. If not, stay in that half split that we were in. We always want to make sure that we keep both sides evenly stretched. Very important. And when you're ready, lift yourself up, slide back into that half split, And then just take this front foot back, coming onto your shins. Lift up the hips. And then send both hands to your low back, fingers face down. So from here, we're gonna practice camel pose. If you like to curl your back toes under for more stability, go for it, or untuck, really your preference. Roll the shoulders back, lift up the chest, up towards the ceiling, and look up. And then if you'd like, you can take this left hand to your heel if you can reach. Swing this right hand up above you. Open up. Bring it all the way through, up and down. Let's just take it to the other side. Right hand to heel. Sweep this left hand down and up. And then back down. Uncurl the toes if you had them curled under. Shift both feet forward. Straighten through the left leg. Bend through the right knee and send this right sole towards the inner thigh. And then inhale, send both hands up. And then right hand comes to the outside of your left foot or leg and twist to the left. Let's just switch. Straighten through the right leg, bend through the left knee. Inhale, both hands come up one more time. And then left hand to the outer edge of your right foot. Twist to the right. And then send both soles to the mat. Center yourself on the mat and slowly roll it onto your back. So find a position that's comfortable for you. If you need to adjust your shoulders or hips first, go for it. Bring both knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. And then flex through both feet. See if you can grab the outer edges of your feet. If not, you can grab your ankles and send both knees out wide. So from here, if you want to take it a little bit deeper today, go ahead and grab both big toes with your pointer and middle fingers on each side and start straightening through the legs. You can just find what feels good here for you today. Bend through both knees, send it in. Both soles come back to the mat where they were. Lift up the hips. Shift them a few inches to the right. Lower through the left leg to the floor. And then use this left hand to guide your right knee up and over to the left side of you. Right arm can come in a cactus arm or straight out, palm face up to the right side of you. And then if you want to take this one a little deeper as well, go ahead and start to straighten through this right leg as you grab the outer edge of your right foot. So option to skip, this is a really deep stretch. Even for me. And if you just want to take that normal reclined twist, please feel free to do that. Bring that knee back in. Come back to both soles. Shift the hips up to center first, and then a few inches to the left. Lower them down, straighten through the right leg this time. And just use your right hand to guide your left knee up and over to the right side of you. Left arm comes either in cactus arm or straight out, palm face up. And if you'd like to, start straightening through that left leg, grabbing the outer edge of the foot with the right hand. Gently release. Send both soles to the mat, just to center the hips. And then lower one leg down and then the other. Both palms come face up on either side of you, down by your sides, and gently close the eyes. Start to release any deep breathing you were doing. Just let it go. Let your body melt into the mat. And really just feel the earth support you from below. Relaxing through all the limbs, through the face, through the shoulders, the jaw. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you'd like to stay here, please stay here as long as you need before you get back up. If you'd like to get back up with me, bring one knee into the chest and the other. Roll onto one side. Slowly press yourself up as you open your eyes. Have a wonderful day. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed the flow. I will see you in the next one. Namaste.